So the next step is oh my God, this is new. That's stunning. Wow. Oh my God. Hi guys, it's me, Gottmik, from season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and today I'm gonna show you how I created my polka dot fantasy best drag artistry look. It's a really important look to me because it's one of my favorite makeups of the whole show, as well as the overall look. So I'm so excited to show you how I did it. Watch me go from this to this. Okay, so step one, I'm going to remove any makeup or oils or anything disgusting off of my face because I tend to leave those on, which is why I have that disgusting zit right now. Yeah, like, am I kidding? Disgusting. A little skin prep. Then I'm going to alcohol wipe my eyebrows so I can glue these thick angels of life down. And I have a gorgeous unibrow going on right now, which is going to be perfect to help me lay these down easily, I'm sure. This is like the juiciest glue stick I've ever used in my life. I used it yesterday and was actually confused. How long do we have for this? I'm just brushing these insane hairs up on my face. Yeah, well, so I literally shaved my brows for so long and they never really grew back properly, which is so annoying. And everyone told me that was a myth, but it wasn't. And so I got them tattooed on because I needed to live my trade boy fantasy for a while. And I always said if I got on the show, I would shave them off, and then here we are, the largest eyebrows I've ever had in my life. Tattooed on. Like, why is this glue stick so good? I need to save her forever. I'm way too lazy to wait for my glue to dry. Like, everyone has a full blow dryer, but I think if I just powder in between, it like sets it enough for me to keep going because I do not have time to stop for that. I use like the most you could ever use and it gets everywhere. I just keep packing it on. Why did so much come off over here? I love that for me today. More powder. That feels good enough. Next step I'm going to do is prime my face so the makeup stays on gorgeously. Or I don't even know if that's what primer's for. I'm literally a makeup artist, but don't really know why I do that step, but priming. Oh, I'm gonna take that off. So when I did this look on the show, I don't know if I did it in the most gorgeous, time-efficient way that I could have done it, but I was debating about it all day and I can't think of a better way. So if there is a better way you guys can imagine, let me know, because I would love to save some time today. I'm gonna paint my face white. The next step is that I'm going to paint my face white, which is a Gottmik signature classic moment. I do it every time, and so here we go. I've literally tried so many white foundations and things in my life because I do this every day. And everyone always asks me what I use. And I've kind of learned that it really doesn't matter what you use. It just, as long as you use a like super white powder. I could literally use like a really light foundation and the powder just gets it there, girl. So the powders are the tea for me. I also think I'm balding, which scares me. Oh my God, also you guys are gonna die at this. Okay, so today I'm literally wearing long sleeves, if you're wondering, because I literally think I got bit by a brown recluse spider yesterday. Like, it's literally on my arm, like so crazy. I wasn't gonna show it. It actually looks gorgeous right now. Of course it does when I'm on camera. But I literally looked at it and I Googled those bites look like, and it couldn't be more of what that looks like. Like, I think I might be the poster child for it. So I might die. This might be my last tutorial. For the next step, I'm going to powder this face, so I just set it and it does not move. So this is kind of confusing, but I only powder this section of my face at first because I contour my white face with powders And so I like to contour upwards and then leave this cream so I can cut it with creams after I powder it. There's like no eyeshadow palettes that have gray eyeshadows in it, which is what I use to contour, so I'm always on a literal hunt. I basically, before the show, all I did was makeup. I worked as a makeup artist. I would only post my makeup on my Instagram. It's just makeup was and is my life, and I've literally evolved with it so much. When I first started, I'm like trying to think what I even like looked like. Probably ugly. When I first started, obviously was not the best at like my face. I would kind of just like watch drag queens online and like just take what they were doing and putting it on my face, and you know, everyone's face is different, so that's not the cutest way to do that. But slowly but surely I found out what not only works for my face, but what I feel comfortable with looking like, which is one of the reasons I paint my face white. You know, I have like a ton of eyelid space, but I don't like how girly I look when I have this gorgeous blended out eye where I should put my crease. So I like to cover that all in black and redraw my crease up to the heavens of life. So I think I've definitely found what not only works for me, but what I live for in makeup, and that is just the key when finding out what your face is supposed to be. Finding a signature drag artistry look, bitch. Okay, so now that I am contoured, the next step, I am going to cut this contour so it is sharp as hell and not like a weird blended mess that it is right now. Got it. That's even enough for me. So now I just blend this out. All right, now I'm going to powder that. My nose contour literally is probably the only part of my makeup besides my eyes that like changes all the time. Like sometimes I feel like doing the sharpest, craziest drag nose of life, and then sometimes I just feel like a little gorge blend. Like, I don't know, like I have no idea what goes through my brain when I contour it, but it's never the same. The look I'm doing today, the nose contour is kind of part of the eye too, so this is just like a rough little base for what's gonna happen. I have the most powder of life on my face, so let's move on to the eyes. So the first eye moment is we are going to black out this giant lid space that I have because I like to draw my crease so high up, and so we need to get rid of that space. Eyeliner. The first time I do this, I literally am going in with so many colors and glitter and artistry that this doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna have to clean it up later anyway. So we're just doing a messy, stunning lid blackout. Okay, so we are going to start with the boring side because there's gonna be a boring side and there's gonna be a fun side to this makeup. Not boring, but like, you know. Boring-er. This is probably the most signature Gottmik eye I could ever imagine for me, so watch and learn, gorge. Let's kill it together. If I do it on the wrong side, I'm going to die. But I think it's this way. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this like kind of bigger-ish brush and just kind of blend out that line a little bit. Now I'm gonna blend it for real. I don't think I ever have used 3 brushes for those steps, but I was feeling it today. Next, I am going to kind of white out underneath my eye to give that like under eye white that every drag queen in the world does. Now I'm going to connect this top with the bottom. Blending this into the nose. The next step of this eye, I am going to take a liquid eyeliner and I am going to finish off the wing with an inner corner artistry wing. There we go, yeah. I don't really remember if I had glitter on this or not. I know I didn't at first. I don't know if I added it. So I'm gonna do a happy medium and just put some like, not crazy glitter on, but just like a little bit of a zhuzh. So it's like kind of sparkly, because if I didn't have it, I should have had it. So now I'm going to start the fun side. This is why I think there's probably a better way to do this, because I think this is dramatic. I would literally draw the circle and take off the makeup inside, but now I'm thinking that I can just paint over the white. So I'm gonna try it a little different, and if it doesn't work, and I'm going to paint this little circle on. Yeah, why didn't I just do this? I literally took it off with makeup. I can't with this. Cut. Better work. And then I am going to use a translucent on the top, because I feel like underneath needs to be a little bit lighter than the top. So now I get to start this eye. This looks disgusting right now. I swear it'll look cuter. So this eye is a rainbow eye, and this is just the way that I always do my rainbow eye. I kind of need to learn to switch it up, because I might have worn this out to death at this point, but I love it, so whatever. So first I'm going to take this blue, and then it goes into yellow. Then it goes into orange. I'm going to do the white under my eye really fast. So now I'm going to go back to mapping out these colors. Now that the colors are laid out to some degree, I'm gonna go in with black and define it and give it more depth. So now I'm gonna go in and cut this crease that we just did with a little concealer. And then I'm going to go in with the eyeliner in the inner corner like I did on the other eye. Okay, now I'm going to take this glitter that I used on the other side too and just swipe that over. So now that the eyes are almost done, before I can get into all the face artistry, I have to do a little highlight, a little finishing of the contour, just all the little steps before you can start drawing all over your face. I'm gonna do my lip. That's the artistry we're gonna do. I'm gonna wipe off any disgusting artistry that is left. I literally always do a black lip just because it's my neutral. It just is. I overdraw a lot because, I mean, girl, even though I have a little bit of filler in my lips, not nearly enough. Okay, it's a cute shape that we have going. This look is a polka dot look, so obviously. So it has a mixture of skin tone polka dots and black polka dots. And there's a skin tone polka dot here, so we definitely need one on the other side. So I'm gonna put one here. I'm just gonna paint this right over the top. Okay. Work. Okay, so now I'm going to set it. I'm just gonna use translucent for right there because we love translucent. Feels pretty set to me, baby. I'm going to put a black one on my face. Stunning. Okay, love that one. A smaller one here. That was a fun one. I'm gonna put a skin tone one on the other side, over here. I can't believe how much easier this is than how I did it before, like, geez. So there's gonna be another giant black polka dot right here, but I need to do that with the wig on because it's all part of the same zhuzh. So I'm gonna do that off camera, just so you're not confused where that polka dot came from. Okay, you guys, we are almost there. The next step to kind of finish this zhuzh off is lashes and fixing this eyeliner. So let's get to that. So I'm going to mascara my lashes because they are covered in white powder and it's disgusting. Now I'm gonna go back in with my eyeliner and just fix that liner that has literally fully come off in that amount of time that we were doing the eyes. Okay, so now I am pretty much done. I just need to put on this lash for real, for real. These guys are gorge, and I buy them on Amazon. So, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I use Weave Bond to put on my eyelashes just because my lashes are far too big to ever use a normal lash product. Like if I forget my Weave Bond at home, I won't get in drag. Like there's, And all my friends are like, just use normal glue. I'm like, not possible. Like I'm not having my lash, no, won't do it. So Weave Bond or nothing. Oh, I look cute. And I just put it in the inner corner, and then I take the end and put it where my natural crease is, so it goes up. Okay, starting at the inner corner and placing it at my crease. Now that I am pretty much done with my face, I am going to set it. And I like to use like a dewy setting spray because everything is so powdered and matte that I could die about it. So I need to bring the life back into my skin. Yes. Okay, the mug is finally beat and complete. So I am going to go finish this polka dot and get dressed. See you in a sec. All right, you guys, I am finally done with my top 4 best drag polka dot fantasy artistry look, whatever you want to call it. And I'm obsessed. I feel like it turned out so good. It might not be exactly how it was done, but it's close enough and I'm living. Like I said at the beginning of this is kind of the first time I got to go in with my makeup, and this is really close. The closest I did on the whole show to what I would do off the show. So I'm really proud of it, and I'm so happy I got to show you guys how I did it. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms, Gottmik on literally everything, so it shouldn't be that hard to see more stuff like this, because I do this all the time. So I'll see you there, and thanks for watching. Oops.
Look over here, the Drag Race YouTube channel is always bringing amazing content, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing.